Hi guys, Richard at Orange Campers, and in this video I'm going to share with you some tips on how to be ready for your next adventure. So as you know, we use our vans really heavily, we're always away, but I'm terrible. I'm the most unorganised person ever and I always forget something. So it's a good job I've got somebody behind me who's a bit more organised, but I'm trying. So this is what I've found. There's some really good useful things what you can take with you to stop any of those unfortunate things where you think, oh, I wish I'd have done that. So before your next trip, make sure you've got certain key things. Now, one of the most simple and one of the most obvious, round the other side is a water filler. Make sure you've got the key. If it's a locking one, because as daft as it sounds, if the key's been put in the glove box, you can get to your key filling point, it's locked, you've no key, oh, it's at home in that safe place. It's no good there. So make sure you've got your key, make sure it's in your van, make sure it works as well. Maybe a bit of oil in the lock, it'll stop it, you know, if it's getting on a bit, that'll help it work. And then staying on the water, a hose pipe. I use a retractable hose pipe. I put it in a bag. I keep all my fittings in there as well. If you've seen another video of mine, I've got a pack of 3 different fittings for your tap, because a lot of campsites now, they've all got taps on site or the taps nearby. But sometimes people take off the bit you need. So I have you can buy them very cheaply from anywhere, a set of 3 different sizes. You can't go wrong. That'll always get you out of a fix. It really will. So water, again, check your tanks, fill your tanks up, fill your waste up. It's good to give them a flush anyway. So if you can flush them, flush your water tanks, flush your waste tank as well. Get some cleaner in your waste tank, because in this hot weather it does make it smell if you get bits of food in there. So fill it up, give it a good rinse through, empty it out, and you know it's working. See if there's any leaks on there, because the last thing you want is all your water coming out on your site, on your pitch, spreading out from underneath your van. If you haven't got tanks on, make sure you've got a bowl, a bucket, whatever you catch your waste in, a waste tub. You know, so make sure you've got one, and the connecting pipe, what you may need as well, make sure that's in your van, which is really useful. Next thing, sort of hookup cable. I mean, these are obvious things, but they're very easy to overlook. Your hookup cable, make sure it's working nice and clean, and no broken bits on there, and test it before you go. There's nothing worse than not having it something when you need it the most. So test your hookup cable, plug it in, you can get the adapters at home, things like that. Your step, if you've got a step on there, make sure it's free from any dirt, give it a good clean. Now try and avoid using WD-40 on there. I know it's the most obvious thing to use, but the problem with that is it'll collect dirt, and dirt sticks to oil, so it'll make it worse in the long run. It might free it up straight away, but it'll make it worse. All it needs is a real good scrub, get some brushes in there, get all the dirt away, and then get some silicone spray. So a can of silicone spray works wonders in your van. You can spray the sides, but it's really just getting that dirt off, getting a washer in there, getting some water in there, and like I say, silicone spray is much better than WD-40. Check all your tyres, obviously, that's a really important thing. The last thing you want is a nail in there, what you've missed. Check your tyres, even your valves as well. Make sure you can get your dust caps off. Sometimes people put metal dust caps on what sees on there, so make sure you can get to your valves, your tyres, bits and bobs like that. And then on ours, we've got a gas barbecue point down here as well. So our gas filler's here, our gas barbecue's next to it as well. Make sure that's free from dirt, and you've got the pipe and so on. Make sure it's nice and solid, ready to use. Our waste tanks are empty on this side as well. So there's lots of things around there, and generally just keep on top of them. Stop, you know, dirt getting in there is not a great thing for them. Let's move around the van, see if there's anything we can think of while we're moving round. So, you know, daft things like cleaning your number plates, but all that's general care. But cleaning your rear view camera, give it a wipe now and again, make sure it's working lovely. Like I say, our water's on this side, hookups on this side as well. We've got our waste. But opening all your windows, they may have not been open for ages, because you know it's not early summer, but you may have not been using it heavily. So if your windows don't open, make sure you don't get any nasty surprises the first time you want to open your window. Open your window, work your blinds up and down. It's basically, you know, general care, but all these things make a big difference. If we're going to go inside your van, think about what you're going to need next is a real big thing. barbecue. I always take the barbecue with us, but I'm terrible for saying, oh, I'll clean that next time, I'll put it away, I get it out and it's filthy. But that's just me. So make sure you got all your barbecue bits as well. The connecting pipe as well, I've often forgot that. And then I've had to order one from Amazon, which is not great. But look, I got given when I forgot the gas pipe is not worth having. We've got the fly net and my door, things like that, something to think about where you're going to go on your trip. If it's near water, you are going to get some midges and some insects. So if you can, you know, that's a great extra to have fitted. But you can buy those as well. You can get some mesh ones. You can put them up with magnets, things like that. These are beautiful because they're all built in, nice and discreet as well. Things like that. So check your barbecue, whatever you're taking. That's a great thing. And then make sure you've got all your bits and bobs inside your van. Because with us having these vans, we have to empty the vans a lot. It's much easier if you've got your own van set up and keep all your key points in there. You know, your pots, your pans, your bowls, washing up bowls, bits and bobs like that. Set of matches in there, and you know, things what you're going to use every day, corkscrew, bottle opener, your tools for your barbecue. It's not just your barbecue. What about your tongs, all your bits and bobs, your cleaning brush for your barbecue, things like that want to be checked, put back in your bag. And then you've got everything to hand. Have you got your thermal screens for a front window? You know, so unless you've got Remy's cab lines or things like that, you need something to block that front window. The last thing you want to do is try and sleep when you've got no lots and lots of light pouring in. So have you got your thermal blinds? Do they work? Are they covered in mold? Get them out, give them a good check. So the next thing, on your roof vents, everything working correctly. Now you can get quite a lot of light from roof vents because obviously you can't make them full blackout. We do some blackout patches for them. Some work, some don't. Some keep the air from coming in. But it's nice just to make sure everything works. The last thing you want to do is shut your blind and it won't shut or it's broken, and then you've got to try and sleep with that much sunshine coming in. So little things like that. Well, like I say, lots of things are quite obvious. But your main things, checking your water. Make sure you run through all your services, what you're going to use. I would always say if you're going to do big trips, a gas check. Even if you don't have a habitation check every year, a gas check is really essential because you know then it's safe for you to use, and it's quite an inexpensive thing to have, but it can save your life. So get yourself a gas check, check all your water, all your fittings, run your water, like I say, make sure your pump's working, it's empty and easy, things like that, general stuff. And then your fridge, one of the biggest and most important things, you know, make sure you've got your fridge working. And as soon as you get your fridge on as well, put some things in the freezer, whether you need to or not. A block of ice, a water bottle, get that frozen. The cooler that fridge is, unless it's going to work and unless it's going to drain your battery. So keep things in your fridge, even if you've not got lots to put in. Keep a frozen bottle of water in there. It will help. It really does. So it makes it not work as hard. Check your heating as well. You never know, you might need your heating on a cool night. We do get some chilly nights, even in the summer. So a lot of these things are obvious, like I say. And now in our storage area at the back of the van, you know, we have a specific area for all your bits and bobs, your essentials. My wheel chocks go back here. Have you got your wheel chocks, your tent pegs, things like that for your awning, and all your bits for your awning. It's quite easy to forget, especially when your awning's in a couple of different bags. If you've got poles in one bag, awning in another, make sure you've got your poles, your pump if it's an air one, and all your pegs and things to tie it down. Your chemical toilets, that's why we put this cupboard on the back. It keeps everything in one place and it's much easier to remember. So your tent pegs, your bits and bobs like that. Check your fire extinguisher, check your carbon monoxide alarm, make sure that's using and working, the battery's not died. This heat can do a lot of funny things, and we have been in extreme heat recently, which is lovely, but it can have quite an effect on your van. So give it a good thorough check in, make sure your cassette's working, things like that. And you know, carry a few little extra bits of spares. I always carry a collapsible water bucket because you never know, you might not be able to fill your van up with a hose. You know, they might not be working, you might not get close enough. So a collapsible water bucket, you've got it to drink out of. You can fill your van up even if you've got a little nozzle with it as well. So little tips like that, but make sure you've got anything. And then if you're going abroad, don't forget the rules have changed. You need some critère stickers if you're in France. You need the, you've always needed the a hazard and a high-vis vest and things like that. But you just need to check, just Google what region you're going in and what their requirements are, and keep it safe so you don't get any fines over there.